Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you found your way here. Not everyone does. Not everyone should. Out past the edge of town, where the street lights flicker out and the roads turn to dust, there's a place, forgotten by most, feared by some, and loved by the strangest souls. It doesn't have a name, not officially, but regardless, call it the edge. Not because it's on the edge of town, but because it feels like the edge of something deeper. The edge of the world, the edge of the reason, the edge of what's real. I've sat in building something out there, something most wouldn't dare. An old abandoned cemetery, left to rot, swallowed by vines, forgotten by time. It was already there, in pieces. I just brought it back to life, in a way. But this isn't just a resting place for the dead. Not in the usual sense. This one is for the dead machines. A graveyard for cars, twisted metal, faded paint, silent engines that once screamed through the night like angry ghosts. Now they sleep, sort of. Each car is like a tombstone. Each one has a story, a heartbeat, frozen in time. Some still have cane chains hanging from the ignition. Some still have melted candles on the dash, letters in the glove box, photos faded in a ghost of faces long gone. Some of them arrive broken. Some just appeared. No one remembers how. No one asks. But it's just not a wreckage and ruin. No, there is life here. Of a certain kind. Because this place is not empty. Not even close. People come here. Not the kind of people you find at a diner or a movie theater. No, these are people who don't quite belong anywhere else. Drifters, artists, exiles, ghost hunters, grave robbers, poets with too much ink on their hands. They gather in the shadows of the wreckage, drawn to the eerie beauty of it all. The surroundings are trashed, wild, surreal, like a place that refuses to die. Couches without cushions, road signs wrapped and bent into the strange sculptures, a burnt-out phone booth that somehow still rings. Never more than once, though. At night, fires burn in makeshift pits, old oil drums, piles of scrap. The flames dance on rusted metal, casting shadows that don't always match their owners. They drink, they whisper, they vanish. Sometimes they return, but sometimes they don't. People sit close, sipping from chipped mugs and batter bottles. They tell stories that feel so strange to be fiction, but they are too specific to be lies. They talk about cars like they dream themselves, of headlights in the fog with no driver behind the wheel, of voices of an old radio, answering questions no one even asked. And yes, funerals still happen here, for cars, for people. Sometimes it's hard to tell even the difference. There's a ritual to it. Not planned, not spoken, just understood. A circle forms. Someone lights a flare. Someone else plays a song on an old busted guitar. The kind of tune that sounds like a sorrow and gasoline. They mourn. They laugh. They drink. They scream. They remember. The gravestones are handmade, some from scrap, some from concrete, poured into an old milk crate. Everyone is unique. One has a doll's head glued to the top. Another, a cracked mirror with "I was here" written in red lipstick. Another just says, "He didn't fit, but he stayed anyway." And in the heart of it all, there's a bar. Built inside the bones of a collapsed auto shop, the walls are lined with hubcaps and old license plates from states that no longer exist. The roof leaks, but only when it's not raining. Inside, the air is thick with dust, music, and stories that don't belong to anyone. There's a jukebox in the corner. It plays only at night. Only songs from before you were born. Some say if you listen close enough, you'll hear your own future in the static. The shelves are stocked with bottles that look older than time. Some are half full, some are never touched, some glow. But no one talks about that. Nobody really knows who runs this place. There's always a drink waiting. The glass is never empty for long, but no one sees the bartender. Some say the owner of the junkyard never left. He lives in the back room, under the floorboards, or in one of the cars, asleep, with his hands on the wheel. They say he talks to the machines. They say the machines talk back. This isn't just a junkyard. It's a haven, a weird little sanctuary for those who find beauty in the broken, a last stop for the haunted, the hunted, and the hopeful. And if you're still watching this, if your skin hasn't crawled away just yet, then maybe this is the place for you. Because this isn't just about horror. It's not about fear. It's about belonging, even if in the strangest corners of the world. So if you're into the forgotten, the eerie, the things that don't quite fit anywhere else, you've come to the right place. If you feel at home in the overgrown, the rusted, the shadow spaces in between, then stick around. Subscribe if you dare. Leave a comment. Tell me what you've found of what you've lost. And if you're ever driven through fog, or felt something looking back from the mirror, well, maybe we've already met. And welcome to the edge of the ordinary.